West Side, and welcome to the crash course for Gladiator. Today, we're going to talk about how to build him, his abilities, T4 upgrades, ISO options, and not to mention prospects. So, let's get into it. I do want to shout out the crash course infographic. You can find this in my Instagram, and I'll put the link down below in the video description. Uh, that's for you to have as a reference, as a quick guide. And this video is more gonna talk about my reasonings, logic behind every decision on there, because I do get a lot of questions on those. So this is more of like an expansion of the graphic. Alright, here we go. I like starting with the passive. Shiar's Rage. On spawn, gain taunt. Apply defense up to self and all Annihilator allies. Another pre-taunt. On any turn, if this character is below 50% health, heal self for 50% of this character's max health. When this character drops below 30% health, it doesn't say first time, so every time. Gain 2 regenerations. If he has taunt, gain stealth. Instead of saying if he has taunt, clear taunt, they put in stealth because stealth overrides taunt and it can get past safeguard. Whereas if he had taunt and safeguard, if it only said clear taunt, then he would still stay with the taunt. But stealth can override taunt, so that's a nice way that they've done it. I hope it actually functions that way. If this character has 2 or more Annihilator allies in any game mode, while this character's health is 50 or more, this character and all allies cannot gain exposed or vulnerable. This is pretty big. There's a lot of characters that deal with exposed, and vulnerable is obviously a pretty important mechanic in the game. So preventing that in any game mode, that's very nice. In Arena, this character and all Annihilator allies cannot gain slow. This is very nice. While this character's health is 50% or more, enemies cannot fill or reduce speed bar for themselves or enemies. This is sort of the Captain Britain passive, but only applies to enemies. So Captain Britain just neutralizes speed bar on the field. This guy prevents enemies from doing it, but his allies can still do speed bar manipulation. Community manager Path Daddy, welcome in! Sorry guys, this is one of the only times I'm recording a crash course on stream, and Path Daddy just walked in. Congratulations on the new position. I'm so excited for you and for us. Thank you for coming. Alright, the T4 upgrade. On spawn, gain immunity and safeguard. On spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns instead of 1 turn to self and all Annihilator allies. This T4 means that this character will be the first character that has pre-taunt with safeguard, immunity, and defense up. That, nothing's getting past that unless you drop him below 30%. No big time, no Void Knight, nobody's getting past that unless you drop him below 30% or bring a character that prevents safeguard and another character that's going to clear the taunt. This is huge. This is extra essential for this character, for this team, everywhere. And let me tell you, this passive means this character is going to have a life beyond Annihilators, both in Arena and outside. Preventing speed bar manipulation, we're going to use him like Emma Frost or like one of those characters that just stayed in Arena for a long time. This guy, this is very important. Alright, his special is on turn 1, 5 out of 5. Flip all negative effects on self and all Annihilator allies. Attack all enemies for damage. If he's above 50%, clear 2 buffs from all enemies. Apply safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Annihilator allies. If health is below 50%, apply immunity and regeneration to self and all Annihilator allies. unavoidable, unblockable, uncounterable. Very good ability. So when he's healthier, he's more aggressive. When he's less healthy, then he's more defensive. The T4 upgrade clears barrier on all enemies, adds damage, clear all buffs instead of 2 buffs, and then applies 3 regeneration. I'm going to call this almost essential. This is so good. Going from 2 to 3 or 2 to all is very big on clearing buffs. This could mean the difference between clearing immunity and not, and like leaving stuff on the field. Clearing all barrier, that's really big. This is almost essential. It's a very heavy team, so like normally I would call it essential, but because of the T4 heaviness, almost. It's like because it doesn't add any groundbreaking functionality. I'm leaving that door open for you, but like personally, I'm of course going to upgrade this. Alright, Ultimate Shi'ar Showdown. If this character is below 50% health, gain barrier, heal self for 50% of max health, heal all Annihilator allies for 40%, attack primary target for 330% damage. This attack gains 30% crit chance. If this character's health is 50% or more, gain taunt and immunity. So the nice thing is, his below 50 callout is first. Then he heals himself for 50%. Then he has his above 50 callout. So, unless he's heal blocked, he is going to get that taunt and immunity. Alright, the T4 upgrade also adds, if below 50% health, generate 3 ultimate energy for self. That's very nice. 70% damage to primary. And then it also adds, if this character's health is 50 or more, reduce speed bar of primary target by 50%. That's a huge rewind. So this is very nice. I can see you wanting him to be below 50% when he gets to this. Which, yeah, it's nice. But overall, I think the less time he spends under 50%, the better, because of his passive. So if that means losing out on these 2 callouts, I think that's fine. Alright, basic. Attack primary and adjacent for damage. If health is over 50%, apply offense down for 2 turns to each target. This is nice. If this character is below 50%, this attack gains 25% drain. And the T4 adds damage. I think this is alright. It's nothing special. It's only primary and adjacent. The thing is, these guys, their multipliers are lower because their base stats are higher with the new meta. So this 60% makes it go from 210 to 270. So it's nice, but definitely not essential. Especially because he's not the damage dealer, and we're not going to run him as a striker. Alright, that's a nice segue into ISO classes. I think because of the fact that he needs to stay over 50%, he's a fortifier. He could be a raider for, vulnerables, a skirmisher if you want, but I think even if he's like max built, Crimson, 3 diamonds, whatever, I think Fortifier is the best because I'm going to want him to stay over 50% health for as long as I can. It would be nice if he went down to 49% for his ultimate, but I don't want him to lose these callouts on his passive. So this is somebody you want very thick, very healthy. That's why you should go for Fortifier. In terms of building, if you haven't noticed, I've been raving about him, and I've been talking about the importance of him being healthy. Build him high, build him big. He wants the health, he wants the armor. So whatever you can give him, he'll take it, and he will make good use of it. I recommend going as high as you can. We're in between Dark Dimensions right now. A lot of us are still trying to get Mephisto, so we're not in that Crimson pool yet of building or putting it on characters we want. So wherever you're in the game, build him to the max that you're willing and able to. Speaking of Dark Dimension, I think he's a good choice. He's not necessarily like a Dark Dimension pick. He's rather slow. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have called this slow, but right now it's rather slowish. But Cosmic is one of the easier sections in Dark Dimension 7, and this is an arena character. So, and it's only 2 nodes in Cosmic. So having him at Crimson, if you're still getting to Cosmic, the payoffs of that are going to be much better than spending another day or 2 in Cosmic. And I don't think he will be that detrimental. He's not a bad character. He has insane stats. And if you're bringing Vol, which I would say you still should, you'll be okay. And then if you're building an Annihilator-based team in Cosmic, I think you'll do more than well. All right. Yeah, I think that's his Dark Dimension prospects. Dark Dimension 8 is so far out. I imagine he'll do okay there. The pool for that section is going to be huge. It's got all Cosmic, including Mythics. It's got Legendaries. He's lower in the pecking order, and by that time we'll get a better picture of his performance. But I can't imagine not wanting him as big as I can. And that said, I'm probably going to end up there, but it's so far out. We don't know what the nodes look like. They might have a bunch of Ultimuses that just kill all your tanks. So we don't know. It's so far out. I'm not giving a Dark Dimension 8 recommendation, obviously. This is for Dark Dimension 7. But I can imagine wanting the arena character in there when we get there. For me, I'm going hard on him. This is the only character on this team that I'm going to buy. The other ones are also valuable in different ways. Damage, focus, all good things. Having shards early is good. However, this guy needs to stay alive. He needs those shards. So this is the one I'm buying. I would say if you're only going to spend on one character on this team, I would say this one. So that's my 2 cents. I'm going to be buying him, not the other 2. I'll build him to gear 18 as soon as possible. You're seeing 30 million gold. I've saved that for Mephisto because I should be unlocking him by the end of the week. I just started Mythic finally, so he's literally on the horizon. So it's going to be a balance. I do have some gold orbs saved up. I'll dip into it because arena teams are the most important to build fast, and he's going to change it immediately. Putting him on defense means when the enemy Logan comes in, he's not going to gain speed bar. When the Black Knight is decharged, he's not going to gain speed bar. When the Scroll spawns, he's not going to get speed bar, or he's not going to rewind you. This character is going to be important on unlock. In arena, he's going to be effective because this 50% health prevention of speed bar, I don't know if I built that sentence well enough, but it doesn't rely on having Annihilator allies. So, he's going to slot into arena immediately. That's why I'm buying him, building him up as high as I can. I even have started buying purple protector crystals, and I can equip that. I'll probably take him to purple too, within the week. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going in on him. Let me know what you're going to do because it's the new arena team. It's exciting. I feel like arena's still the most important. as you can see, like I'm dying on cores over here. I'm trying to get Mephisto so I can get back into the top 1, 2, 3 zone. Anyway, this has gone long enough. Let me know what you're gonna do about Gladiator. Thank you for going over his kit with me. I hope to see you in the next one.